Hello everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through ApplyTexas to help you complete your college applications. If you're applying to colleges or universities in Texas, you will be using ApplyTexas. If you're applying to colleges or universities outside of Texas, you're going to be using the Common application. I will be sharing useful tips in hopes that this clears any questions you might have. If you have further questions, please contact your college and career advisor and also visit the college and career websites for your respective high schools for more resources. Is go to applytexas.org. This is going to be the homepage. Everyone is going to go ahead and click on create your account now, and then you're going to start filling out your profile. So I went ahead and created a profile for myself to go ahead and walk you through an application. So the profile just asks for some basic information: name, date of birth, um, address, email address as well. Make sure you use an email address that you frequently check, because this address is also going to be sent to the universities that you're applying to. And so they're going to be sending you any information that you're missing, or even also your acceptance letter. So make sure this email is the one that you check regularly. After you do that, create a password. Make sure you write your password down so you don't forget, and then hit save your profile. And then one thing I do want to mention is that your username is going to be your email address. So it'll be easy to remember that. So once you finish your application, your profile page, you're going to go to My Applications, and then you're going to start a blank application. So I went ahead and started one already so we can go through it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like to start a new application. You'll see two buttons right here. Create a new 2-year college admissions application. This will be for any community college that you want to apply to, for example, TSTC or STC. You'll be using this one, and these applications are pretty short. And then you also have create a new 4-year university undergraduate admission application. This is going to be for your 4-year universities like UTRGV, Texas A&M University, Texas State University. Any of the universities will be in here. And so my biggest advice is to start off with the 4-year university, because in this website you also have a copy button. So once you fill out an application, you can hit the copy button and start applying to other colleges with that same application. And you want to go ahead and do that because there's going to be some information like your resume part that's going to be tedious, and so you might as well just hit the copy button so that all that information is transferred to all your other college applications, so you do not have to start from the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and do for your college. I'm going to go ahead and just start this off. Let's do UTRGV. Where is UTRGV? Right here. Application type, everyone is going to select Freshman US. And it's going to ask you, are you applying to take college courses to complete while you're in high school? You're going to select no, because right now we don't offer dual enrollment. At least HSHP does not. Semester of entry, we're going to go ahead and select fall 2021. Everyone will be selecting fall 2021 because that'll be the year you'll be going to college. If for some reason you don't see this semester, it's because the application is not ready yet. So do not apply to the summer or the spring. Just wait for that fall application to open. Then you'll hit continue. You'll also see that it's going to prompt you to select your major. And so some universities will offer the majors already. Some universities will ask you to select the school or the college, and then it'll prompt you all the majors that are in that specific school or college. So just for example, HSHP students might choose something like biomedical science or biology. So maybe we can check the College of Sciences. So hit continue, and then this is where you'll select your major. And so you'll select something. If for some reason it's not here, you can always hit the back button and change the school so you can find the right major that you want to do. One thing that I do come across when when picking your major, for students who are wanting to go to professional school like medicine, pharmacy, dental, anything like that, It's always a great foundation to do something science-based, but it is not required. So you can major in something history related, art related. It does not have to be science related. All you need to do is have your prerequisites before you apply to any of those schools. And so, again, you do not have to major in anything science if you're wanting to go into a medicine route. But for this instant, I'm gonna go ahead and do biology. Hit continue, continue to my applications, and then it's gonna go ahead and prompt you to this page. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the one I've had already started, so we can go through it kind of quickly. I'm gonna click, and also for example, say you come back and you exit out, you come back to this tab. You could always have the option to edit your application. So after you start it, you do not need to submit right away. You can come back and edit. So the first page will just be kind of like your profile page. Make sure you answer any questions that had not already been answered or any information that had not already been entered. And so we'll go ahead and hit continue. Let's see. Make sure you fill out if you have any other languages that you speak, family income, and how many people live in your house. That includes your parents, any brothers or sisters. Even if they're attending college, make sure to add them. This is also a great question to point out. Do you have any family obligations that keep you from participating in extracurricular activities? This means if by chance you have to work to help your family pay bills, if you have to provide any care for any family members, like say for example, your mom has to go to work in the afternoon, so you have to take care of your little brother or sister or grandparent or grandparents in the household, or any other reason for that. So you can click yes or no and make sure to explain yourself. Let's go ahead and click next. On this page, when it asks for your high school information, make sure you click on Find Your High School. This will be the best way to link your application to my access to view your applications and where you have completed them. So make sure you hit Find Your High School. You're going to go ahead and type in the name. Then you will select your city and state, hit submit, and it should be the first one that pops up. Make sure you select it and it'll go ahead and fill in this information. Your expected graduation date is going to be June of 2021. And then for this question, do you plan to graduate in an IB diploma? Everyone is going to select no. So now you're going to skip question 4 and question 5 since we don't offer dual enrollment at this moment. Make sure to answer any questions that are in asterisks as well. Those are required. This is going to ask you if you're interested in any pre-professional programs. So again, like medicine, vet, pharmacy. I went ahead and clicked medicine. Do you plan to seek teacher certification? Do you ever plan to teach? And then you can click yes or no, and then also select the level of school if you like to. Number 3, you're going to go ahead and enter your senior courses. Make sure to enter if they're AP or and also which semesters you're taking them. Save changes. There's also employment information. Oh no. Oops. Okay. So back to page 5. So test scores. This is going to prompt you to, this is asking you if you've taken an SAT, taken an ACT, if you have or you plan on taking. So I know right now the news is that most universities are not requiring test scores anymore, just because of the whole situation that we're having to deal with. So if you plan to take it or you have taken it, you can enter the month and the year that you plan to do so or you have done so. But this information is not required also, so you can skip that if you need to. Residency information, it's going to ask you, this first question is going to ask you, did you attend a public college or university in Texas during a fall or spring term during the 12 months prior to enrolling for the term for which you're applying to? everyone is going to select no because we did not do any college classes. This is very important because if you accidentally select yes, it's going to prompt you to some other questions and we're going to have to go back to this question and answer no. So make sure everyone selects no and then answer the rest of the questions. Next is the extracurricular and volunteer activities. So this is usually an area where students might take their time in filling out. It does give you a prompt to submit a separate resume. I highly suggest that you fill this out as much as you can. And if you absolutely need to send an extended resume, you can to the university. But it's just recommended that you fill this out if you can. So it's going to ask for extracurricular activities. I'm going to go ahead and go through this with you so you can kind of see what to fill out. So we can do, for example, the extracurricular. Let's go ahead and put HSHP chess team, for example. Description, competed. Let's say you also did some volunteer work on the side. You could put that. Um, Also wanting to note that this only gives you a certain amount of characters to fill in, so you're going to kind of have to be short in your description and just be straight to the point. It's going to ask you for activity level. Usually it's going to stay local. If you by chance competed in chess team and went to regionals or went to state, you can go ahead and enter that like that. What years you participated. Let's say I was junior year, sophomore year. And then and it's going to ask you for positions held. If you were a member, type in member. If you held any other positions, say was any other organization, say you ran for vice president and you became vice president, you can write that in there. It's going to ask you, were you elected? For member, no. For vice president, yes. And make sure another note is that whenever you select a year, that you're going to have to fill out the entire line. So hours per week, let's say you practiced 2 hours per week, put that. And then weeks per year. You are just in it through the school year, so that's going to be 36 weeks. If it ran through the summer, you can add more weeks to that as well. So that's just an example. Make sure you enter activities based on maybe like longevity. So if you were in it for a very long time, enter them in that order or also order of importance. You only have 10 slots to enter information. So again, pick the 10 most involved activities that you're in. And this is all from freshman year to senior year. Now you will see the community and volunteer service. Again, only 10 slots. So if you did something over the course of years, but just one time a year, you can enter here that it was for those couple of years. So for example, place of service, I'm going to go ahead and say Valley Baptist Medical Center. Description of service, you can say you stocked supply room. You're going to describe everything that you did while you were volunteering. Say for example, I stocked the supply room. I also filed paperwork. And let's say that's pretty much what I did. If you have anything else to fill out, make sure to fill that out. Again, only a certain amount of characters, so you need to be as detailed and as short as possible. Total hours, let's say I completed 180. I did this every summer. So let's say from June of, let's do 2017 to July of 2019. You can do that. Again, put these in order from the greatest total hours or most important or more significant ones. Make sure to fill them in like that. The next thing you'll have to enter is talents, awards, and honors. If you have any type of award, make sure to fill this in. So I can go through one with you really quickly. So let's just say top 10%. You could put top 10% of my class. And then say you got it junior year and sophomore year level. Let's just say local, and then save and complete this page. Oops. What did I not fill out? Oh, I didn't fill out this part. And every time you miss something that you needed to fill out, it's going to prompt that to you. It'll tell you, please make the corrections, and you can go ahead and just do that. So here, what else did I not do? Oh, do not use special characters, so percent. There we go. So then the next page is going to be employment information. If you worked, if you did any internships or summer activities, make sure to enter that information here. And then every university is going to have custom questions. So right here, you'll see the saved questions because I went ahead and answered them beforehand. But in your application, when you start, they'll be on this side over here on the left-hand side. And the question is going to pop up right here. So after you hit save and complete, the next question will pop up. And I did notice on this particular application that there were some COVID questions. Make sure you take a look at these and answer to the best of your ability. And again, whenever you're answering questions, make sure you read them because I know there's some questions about if you were a convicted felon, any charges. Make sure you read the question correctly because then it'll prompt you an email probably from the admissions office or something like that. Then this particular application has a scholarship section. So some universities are going to have a scholarship application attached to ApplyTexas, and some universities are going to have a separate application for scholarships. So here, make sure you're going to hit apply for scholarships and make sure you complete before the deadline. And now it's going to ask you, not now, apply for scholarships later. Ignore that. Make sure you start applying and fill everything out. I'm going to go ahead and skip these questions for now so I can show you something else. Okay, so I do have to answer some of these questions. So please tell us if you are intending to apply for financial aid. We're going to click yes because we are. Marital status, single, and indicate if we live alone. Live alone, okay. Let's see if I can go next. Okay. Okay, so then the following page, some information you can read. This part right here, short answer questions. Make sure you write to the best of your ability. You also can only write a certain amount of lines, so they're going to be short answers. Again, one thing I do want to point out when it asks you a question, why have you chosen to apply to Texas A&M? Don't start off your short answer with, I applied to Texas A&M University because that's going to give you some letters or take away some characters from what your answer could be. So go ahead and answer the question straight to the point. And again, you're going to have to be short. We're going to go and hit continue. And so then it's going to prompt you to the essays. The university will tell you which ones are required. So right now, topic A is required for the specific application. What you're going to do is click on enter topic A, and you're going to submit your essay down here. Now, the thing that you need to do is not to start typing in here because if you start writing your essay and say it took you 45 minutes, it's not going to save on real time. So whenever you click review formatted essay, it might erase. So we don't want to run into that problem. Make sure you type out your essay on, say, Google Docs or Word document and then copy and paste it in here. And it's going to ask you to format your essay. It's going to tell you what it looks like. And save essay, I will submit it later, which will be at the end of the application. It does give you options of how you can submit other ways, But again, it is highly recommended that you submit your essay through here. Let's see. Okay, and then this is the last page before you hit submit. You're going to go ahead and check the boxes, answer the questions that are here. One thing I do want to point out is the application fee. So most universities are going to have a fee. Some universities are going to be free. And so please check with me first if you qualify for a fee waiver. If you do, you're going to hit request fee waiver, and then I will go through the steps later about how to complete that part. Now, uh, if you're not eligible for a fee waiver and you have to pay the application fee, you can either pay now with ApplyTexas and enter that information below once you hit continue, or you can say I will pay Texas A&M directly outside of ApplyTexas. And so that is completely okay as well. The university will then tell you the things you need to still complete, and one of them will be the application fee, and they'll give you instructions of how to pay. So you can do either or. Save application. Again, I didn't answer the questions or boxes. The next page is just a submit button. So that will be the last step after you do that. And here it'll say submitted. And then you can also copy your application to other universities. So you'll just hit copy. Say I want to apply to Lamar University, again, freshman US, select my major, and everything is going to copy over to this application specifically that I've already entered. So it's highly recommended you do that before you start listing all the universities you want to apply to here. So that is ApplyTexas. I know this video is a little bit long, but I wanted to go make sure I have tips in there for you to, if you have any questions, to go over that with you. But if you do have any other questions, feel free to contact me to my phone number or to the school phone number or my email. Also, make sure to follow the HSHP College and Career social medias for more information, any updates from college or universities, and also sign up for Remind, and that information is on my website. So, again, happy applying and do not procrastinate. I wish you all the best. Bye.